I'm going to add Rebecca Lynne into the live now to have a chat with Rebecca. So, yeah, here we go.
Hi,
Hey, Rebecca.
how's it
How's it
going?
going? Really good. I just want to say first up, Rebecca, thank you. You're a bit laggy. Oh, yep, you're a bit laggy.
Oh yeah, I don't know why it's being weird.
You're all good. Okay, I just want to say first up, thank you so much, Rebecca, for coming on to the show today. It's such a pleasure having you on. To people that don't know who you are, Rebecca, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yeah. So I'm from New Jersey. And thank you for it's great to go. Uh, yeah, I'm from New Jersey. I moved to Nashville 3 years ago, um, and to start my music career in college. And yeah, so I do mostly style. I would describe it like Colby Calais, Miranda Lambert, kind of like a soft. Um, yeah.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Rebecca. So for my very first question, so you've created incredible like original songs, and for the first song I'm going to name, you created "I Don't Want to Know." What was it like creating this song, and what's like the meaning behind this song?
Yeah, so I wrote a little TikTok about it, but I basically wrote it about my ex. And it was a really great, really, but story is old as blew up in my face. Um, and but I loved his family and everything. But there's probably a lot of people out there with, you know, um, it's hard to say goodbye, to someone you're dating, their family, if you love them or so. So yeah, so I wrote this song. It's "You Don't Know," and it's kind of like a letter to him, kind of. Um, so yeah.
So on to our next question. So you've also created such an incredible song called "What If." What was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind "What If"?
Yeah, so I wrote this one about first off all my music. um, and but yeah, I wrote this one. I started it. It's funny. My songs, I write them like pieces of them over like a long period of time. And this song, I had melody like years ago, words for it. And then just recently, my best friend got engaged, and so I was like, oh, like I'm gonna write a song with the in honor of them. So yeah.
So on to our next question. So you've also created a song called "Power Within." What was it like creating "Power Within," and what's the meaning behind this one?
Yeah. So I wrote this a couple years ago, actually. Um, yeah, I wrote it with a friend of mine. We were just in our dorm room one day, and again, I had like but I didn't have any words. And so my friend actually wrote all the words, and I wrote all the music. So it's kind of more her life, but
Awesome. On to our next question. So you've also created a song called "Take Me Back." What was it like creating "Take Me Back," and what's the meaning behind "Take Me Back"?
yeah. So this is my song. This is like the song I wrote. I wrote it. It's one of the first songs I wrote back in high school. I wrote it when my grandfather passed away, and my family has. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a song based off of what my perspective would be when my parents, years from now. So it's kind of just about living life to the fullest. So
So on to our very next question. So, like, what made you decide as a person, and especially as an artist, like, to get into music in the first place?
yeah, I mean, I've been singing my whole life. Kid, I was always, that in the Christmas concert, dancing more than ever, that was enjoying it. All the other kids were standing. it, but I was, loving it. And I taught myself to play guitar, and it just kind of took. So,
So on to our next question. So who would be your all-time inspirational person or music artist that you look up to music-wise, and why?
I probably Miranda Lambert. I love her. Colby Calais. Really any music. I always say I actually have a concept for my upcoming EP that I'm going to be doing, and I don't know. I'm kind of like debating doing music from different genres, not just country. Like doing adding some other genres in there too. So.
So on to our next question. So what does performing music mean to you, like especially as an artist?
Yeah. I mean, it just means so. It's so great that I get to wake up and do what I love every day. And part of what I love, when I write a song, it's like pouring out everything I couldn't say, in a way that people really respond to. And I just,
So if you could work with like any top three music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
Dolly Parton, for sure. She's like my top, like, it is my dream. And she does collaborations with people that aren't as big. So maybe, fingers crossed, one day.
Awesome. So I don't know if you've seen because you mentioned Dolly Parton, I don't know if you've seen the Dolly Parton show.
Which show?
So she made her own like TV, like spin-off, like TV series, based on like different story generations. And surprisingly enough, there was like a cowboy western storyline, and it actually had one of my favorite actors in the series, and I was like so surprised. And I was like, Dolly Parton actually got him in her series. So yeah, really good. It kind of explains about her songs and what like her songs like mean to her.
Okay, I gotta check that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's all on Netflix, so I highly recommend it for you.
I will definitely check that out.
Awesome. So on to our next question. So what are like the positive and like what have you learned about yourself as like an artist during COVID?
Yeah, I mean, everyone says this thing kind of. It's like, hate to sound like a broken record, but it's true. Um, that it's very me like a while to kind of my career. I mean, I've been in Nashville 3 years, but it's funny. It took something like this to kind of push to take that plunge, to do my first school, because it kind of made me realize short is, and everything. And I was like, what am I waiting for? So I'm kind of grateful to COVID. I was very lucky. No one in my family or friend circle, so others weren't as, and it wasn't by any means a good thing, but it was a good thing for me. So, my music and my.
So on to our next question. So like what are like the positive and negatives into the whole like music industry, and how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many moments, and that's like kind of what was holding me back. But I kind of have this attitude, you know, God kind of like put this in me that I just sick and that it's thing I've ever been good at. So I realized there's a thing called imposter syndrome. I don't know if you know it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it's like lots of people are doing, podcasts on it, whatever. And basically, like, it's very easy in the industry to go to someone. It's like, whoa, they're way, you know. But the truth is, there's no right music industry. I've just, like there's no like formula you can follow and say, oh yeah, this is gonna work. So I just take the day as it comes, one day at a time, and every setback I like to learn from, and go from there. So.
So on to our very last question. So like what's like next for you, like music wise, that you have planned for like the rest of 2021 that you'd like to announce on the show?
Yeah. So, I was like, it's very hard. Something a lot of people don't realize. On your show, you've heard others say this too, independent artists and everything. When you have a record label backing you and you don't have, advances and you don't have endless streams of money coming in, it's very, very hard to like release music because, you got to set a budget aside. You got to have, thousands of dollars for each release. Really. So I just work, I have multiple day jobs, I'm just like a lot of other starting artists, starting out. And I'm saving up right now. I'm almost, but I love these periods of working and saving for my next release because I have the opportunity to write, and I like to write as much as possible because I figure enough bad ones, a good one will pop up, So my next thing though I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a single, and then I'm going to be an EP after that. Boom, boom, right after one another. I hope to do the single around Christmas and then the EP. So, yeah.
Well, would you like to perform one of your songs on the show, by the way, Rebecca?
Yeah, sure. I guess, do you want to hear You Don't Know? Since that's
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
Okay. I don't know if you saw the music video for it.
I actually have. It's actually really well done. Like, your song, I have to say, like, first up, to people that haven't seen Rebecca's songs, definitely go check them out. Because, Rebecca, you have such a talent and gift. Like, you really do. And to people that haven't seen, like, Rebecca's songs, definitely go check them out. Support Rebecca. She deserves the amazing support. And, yeah, we need more amazing artists like Rebecca. So, just wanted to say that.
Much. That is so sweet. Yeah, so this is You Don't Film the music video, like in the song it talks about like our first date or whatever. That's where we had our first date. So we made it. I like to do that with my music videos, if possible. So but yeah, this is we're back to ain't it fun how fast you everything that we need was it real or reality? Well, you and your own, and just like every other forsaken song, singing about how you broke my heart into and you well, I remember our first day under the light on this priest, looking out at the sun. But your arms around me, really thought you were. And you got home. And just like every other love forsaken country song, I'm singing about how you broke my heart. love forsaken kind. I'm singing about how you broke my heart in two. And looking back, I should have known, but now I see that you don't know. You don't know. No, you don't know what you've done to me.
Yes, Rebecca. Wow. Well, everyone, definitely go support Rebecca. Go give Rebecca a follow. The amazing support. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you'd like to give to people on the show?
I say like the biggest way to support any musician, including myself, like, comment, on posts, stream, obviously stream is huge now. And I just appreciate everything. Today I had a girl message me in my show, and she was like, "You made my," like, and that's what I'm in it for, to make other people happy. Um, at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's not about anything. Um, but I have to say thank you so much too for having me.